All right, we are live. This is going to be a rather short, quick one, but a pretty epic one, as we are going to go over some more of the Medicine Hat Badlands Guardians, as well as the Faram Foundation's work and research into the geoglyphs and plotting out these different radials from the different sites, sacred sites around the world, such as the Bosnian pyramids, the Yanaguni structure pyramid in Japan off its southern coast, 400 feet underwater, carved into its side, these same radial geoglyphs that the Fareham Foundation has deciphered. These ones being from in Medicine Hat, Alberta, at the Badland Guardians, built into these structures, and that is the goal of what we are planning here in the next month to do a research trip, boots on the ground to this site and try and find these specific lines, these megalithic lines that Faram claims that you measure the length of them and the degrees angle and plot it out onto the globe, and these radials literally plot out maps and territories around the entire world, being this one right here being the entire space, all the spots from the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians. But also what's very interesting is this is old Moscow, Russia, old city Moscow. To let you know what I'm talking about, it is right here, Moscow City, the old Star City, essentially. Faram also claims that the degrees, the angles of these roads and their lengths also plot out into this same system of geometries and geoglyphs and radial endpoints that are astoundingly accurate and require extremely advanced ancient technology and civilization to be able to calculate these, build them into all of the architecture, both super ancient as well as modern day, for instance, as Moscow here, and the Bosnian pyramids in Herzegovina, Bosnia. He's dated to around 36,000 years minimum build date prior. So many, at least one, if not two or three, major cataclysm reset cycles in this grand cycle time. Hello, Angel Wings, Chandale Lee, S. Lee, everybody, anybody else? Welcome, everybody, tonight. For those that are new and not seen this before, the Faram Foundation is how I first found out about the Medicine Hat Badland Guardians, which is only about 100 kilometers from where I live in Calgary, Alberta. And by the end of September here, we will be doing a meetup and camping weekend investigation down here in these Medicine Hat Badlands, and try to find the Guardians as well as the megalithic geoglyphs and document them and confirm them, as well as with the drone try to get some aerial footage to try to capture these ancient megastructures, terraforming of entire valleyways, hillsides, cliffs, of these. Like, this is, pareidolia. Okay, maybe if there was one of them, but when there's literally at least five, like, very intact, recognizable, undeniable faces of the ancient South American, North American, Native, Indigenous population, society, and art, just everything, right? Like, you can't deny that. It's impossible. And well, it's time to bring more awareness to these lost, ancient, pre-cataclysm ruins, societies, monuments, and technology that was once before, and that there's still, like, look at Moscow right here, those radials plotting out to the Kuril Islands, the very north of them, all the way and stopping at the northmost Japanese island, but in the Kuril Islands, which Russia regained or Soviet Union regained during World War II. It's still contested by Japan today with Russia. Like, to that point, like, it's crazy. And I highly recommend everybody do your own research with the Ferrum Foundation. Howdy, howdy, hello. Welcome, beautiful souls and Murami. Uh, Victor Freeman, Grandmaster. Sorry, anybody that I might have missed. A little bit stoned right now, thus all of the pauses. So let's play a little clip first while I further gather my thoughts. And the title is Alchemy, Alternative History, and Free Energy. So let's dive into a little free energy devices from a couple hundred years ago. Engineers, builders, and what could have been practical, used and implemented across societies, homesteads, companies. Who knows how well it was developed? But these designs are prevalent throughout history, thousands of years, hundreds of years. So this one's the Wilkinson design, I believe. It's magnet perpetual motion. Let me know what you guys think. John Wilkinson ramp, that's what it's called. Mar Ali. Is that proper? I'm sorry. I've got the worst cottonmouth pasties right now. I always enjoy the weed. I used to take a bong hit before we started. Guilty pleasure. But then I'm stuck with cottonmouth, dry mouth, and getting my tongue in a twist. And that is a very beautiful meaning behind your name, Muram Ali. Thanks, Aaron. And yes, sorry, I gotta do a better job here of getting back to everybody. I'm so behind on the messages. You too, Muram Ali and Aaron, my friends. Thank you. Uh, I gotta check and see your latest on what you said with the family plan and the proton mail and see if we can get that working so we no longer have YouTube ads. And thank you for everything you're doing behind the scenes for me, my friend, Mr. Colbert. For those who haven't, please go subscribe to Aaron's channel. He backs up and mirrors a lot of my content. And while my channel was down, we're still able to access a lot of my videos thanks to Aaron. And they're still available on Aaron Corbert's YouTube. And that is awesome. Muram Ali, I got it correct. I'm saying it right. I still feel like I'm butchering it, but free energy, right? So it's like I'm just playing through all of these, checking them out. Some of them seem feasible, some of them could be scams. I've seen lots of them done different ways, and I do believe that there's 3 or 4 of them that have like these sacred geometric patterns within them, and then the fluids. And especially if it is mercury instead of the water being used, but mercury uh, they claimed was used in both the Bhaskara wheel as well as this shifting overbalance wheel, as well as Leonardo da Vinci's designs. Um, that it's like they're not just these cool sacred geometric 2-dimensional drawings. No, in fact, they are renderings of engineering of 3D physical devices, and it's these ones that I suspect and believe are real, and have seen several different people channels make what look like and what they claim to be real working models of them. And it's just now I've collected a couple 3D printing designs, or like the files to run them off. And within the next month or two, I will be attempting 1 or 2 of them with my good friend Isaac Amor Designs, Amor. Oh man, butchering his name while I'm trying to give him a promotion. But my man Isaac, we're gonna 3D print a couple of these that look feasible and actually test it. And I'm not just gonna do a little short clip. No, we will run it for 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe even a week. Who knows? Like whatever it takes, just to actually test it and keep it live to verify it and do some real science. And especially this Bhaskara wheel, like Praveen Mohan's channel, uh, of course, VE Project One, the channel we just were watching a couple of videos from, and then Warm Coffee is another channel, and there's about 6 other different Southeast Asian channels. They're not in English, but I've watched their videos over the last few days of making and running them what look like legitimate working perpetual motion overbalanced gravity wheels with this Bhaskara design. And then also the um, boil flask, or the boil vase. I'll play a video of that before this is done. It's a perpetual fountain that goes, as well as the what's the other name? I'm gonna forget it or butcher it. I'll figure it out. But before then, the Bhaskara wheel video, where I've seen about 5 with on bike tires, like bike system, like that's pretty inefficient for overall like friction, loss of energy, but and made with pop bottles and water, along with also seeing ones with beakers like VE Project One design here is, but that they seem to have working legitimate demonstrations of it all over the place now.
What could
Oops. I stopped that one because I actually think that's an example of bad science. Like I've seen a few people just like intentionally fail at trying to make the boil flask by making the tube way too big, putting the tube up too tall, too small of a overall like container that is holding the liquid and the angle of it going down into where it feeds the tube. And it's like they're intentionally trying to fail and have it not work and make you believe that it's impossible. What is the name of the other type of little fountain? What is it called? It will come to me. I'll find a video of it before this is done. But in the meantime, I would like to find and play one of Da Vinci's older 3D or wheeled over gravity, overbalanced wheel. There we go. Perpetual motion machine. And I've seen some other more advanced ones, new designs by channels with using different patterns of magnets, neodymiums, and stuff like that as well. So, Boyle's flask works now. Oh, no, I saw one that did work. I guess not on this channel. I've seen many before. Sorry, everyone. Just flailing here. Let's get something better. All right, Archimedes sphere again. This one, this is something, maybe Jeremiah, if you're out there, someone needs to replicate this and see if this actually works, because I think there's real potential in this Archimedes sphere design and what you're about to see. This one almost seems like it starts accelerating, but once again, it cuts out. Like, I wish they would actually leave it, and who knows, right? But adding combinations of magnets on both sides too could potentially also make them harnessable, make them work longer. I don't know. Anyways, what I really did want to share with everyone, that I don't know if oh, we lost Bert and Ernie. But if you haven't seen this yet, Rex, my good friend over at LeakProject, him and Lee Wilberger, they went out to New Mexico to the NASA Museum there, as well as the Solar Observatory and the Roswell crash site. And around the White Sands area, they caught this UFO recording. It, I think they got about 10-15 minutes steady of it in high definition with ridiculous zoom, and I think one might even have had night vision. Like, it's insane how crazy good footage of what they got of this legitimate
is the best
UAP.
UFO footage ever, period. Enjoy. Thank you for being here with us. Hit the bell, subscribe. Also check out Lee's channel. Subscribe to his channel as well. KLW World News. What an opportunity. This was the chance of a lifetime. This is what we do to bring the cutting edge intel to you. We get off the couch. We don't just read what's on the internet. We go out and we verify. Not only is it fun, but it's also enlightening when you can verify instead of just repeating what somebody else says. Be a researcher, not a repeater. We are also going to put some funds together for some more equipment. And if there's anybody that wants to sponsor us, there's some more equipment we need to get to make this even more next level. Watch this footage. It's going to blow you away.
My vision improved after I threw away all my eggs. Here's why.
If you are struggling with vision loss and you've also been prescribed glasses, you've got to see this right away. A Nobel Prize-winning discovery.
Okay, so Lee is adjusting his camera right now. He's inside of the Tahoe. He's got this joystick connected to his camera system, and it is a Sony Core broadcast camera with a rugged cam, 1:30 optical zoom, 30 to 360 digital zoom, 0.05 lux low light capability, IR sensitivity, as well as IR illuminator that goes into his laptop that is recorded through OBS. So you saw the live before this. You know, I was showing you what it was like when we were recording live, and the Nikon footage will show at the end of this. But this is the actual raw file right here. And the way that it moved before it just hovered there for, you know, at least 15 minutes. It was there when we left. And it was so bright and it was so still that the only way you would get an object like that is if it hovered specifically or was on the ground, or it hovered specifically in that area. And when he zooms in, you can see the zoom, how much he's zooming in. It was 33 times right there. Now he's zooming out a little bit. This is a high definition camera system. This camera system costs as much as a used car. Some type of an unidentified flying object that it literally had Lee and over here like almost in panic mode. And we've got, not only do I have the Nikon P1000 tracking it for about a minute and a half, but we've also got Lee's top equipment over here tracking it with this super high-end camera system.
And it's just sitting there in space.
Okay, I want to see it, Lee. Show me.
Right here. I'm tracking it right there. I'm at an angle of
Here, let me in.
11 degrees off the vehicle at an elevation of 23 degrees. Right there it is. And it's just hovering right there in the sky.
And we've got it moving like weird, and it wasn't blinking.
It's
moving right now.
No. I moved to center it.
Okay.
I'm showing you that is holding its spot in space right now.
Okay, so it was moving and it had no flashing lights whatsoever.
Correct.
So that's what caught Lee's attention. So I got the Nikon P1000. I got it moving with no blinking, and then I tracked another airplane that was blinking to show the difference, and I will upload that as soon as possible. But fortunately right now we are live, so I'm just doing my best to show you what we're picking up with this camera system. What kind of camera system is this, Lee, that's on top of your
This is a rugged cam. It'll go to 300x.
A rugged cam?
Yeah.
It goes to 300x.
Yeah, it goes to 300x zoom.
Okay.
So this is, and I've got my movement on very light movement, so is that if I want to move towards it, I can, and move in and out. Now what I'm going to do is,
now, is it moving right now, or is that you
that's
moving?
me moving? I'm trying to get it perfectly centered because it's moving a little bit. I'm moving a little bit. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to I've got a book here somewhere. I need to look it up, but I can go 95. Here we go. It's crazy. It's round.
It's round.
It's round.
It's round. And what? Okay, so tell them where we are.
All right. So we are 25 miles from where a UFO crashed previously, and we're about 90 miles from where we know one landed, and we've got video of that from the government. And this is round, folks. That is round. That's at 150.
And why is it not flying off? Why is it just sitting there watching us? It's like literally,
but
it was flying.
I know, but this is the thing. If it were a planet, I'm zoomed in enough, it would move off the screen because the Earth is rotating. If it were the moon, and it's just moving around there.
You can see right now it is dark out. Okay, you can see some stars out here with your naked eyes.
That's insane.
And it's over here. And when we saw it, it was up here. We tracked it down, and then it went to the left, and now it's like just sitting there. And we've been getting lightning, and so we're in Corona right now.
You see that flicker?
No.
It just flicked. flickered at me, man.
It flickered at you, dude? I gotta come back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Specs Faraday.
So you can't say that was me.
Go in closer.
I am, but it's on manual focus. You guys see the M right there at the bottom? That's manual focus. So it wasn't me taking it in and out of focus. It flashed.
It flashed at you.
Flashed at me, and I got it on video. You can go back. Anybody wants to see it. That is absolutely crazy. This is like the night that we saw the one when I was a kid. It was 20 minutes until that thing came. But this is like opposite. This was here and went out. Whereas at the other one we tracked that night was out there and came in. Watch it here. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that.
Dude.
When you've been there already, this is what happens. Look at that. I've been using this camera. How long have we been using this camera? 2 months? 3 months? I got hundreds and hundreds of hours on this. I've never seen anything like this.
No, my mind is not for rent. Do any kind of government.
Dude, it moved.
It moved.
That's why that's how fast it moves. I had to change the focus to get it back in as a sphere. It moved closer.
Look, there's the Milky Way. Check it out. And there's a ton of lightning. Look at that lightning. It's just insane. We love you. Minutes, dude.
Yes.
That's insane.
That's why Kathy said,
All right. Oh, I keep losing Bert and Ernie. What the heck? Hey, Stellium7. How are you, my friends? Anybody I missed, welcome. Thank you all for being here tonight, today, whatever time it is, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, whether it be right now or at a later date. So Monday night, Western time, I will be with Campbell. I won't sleep through this week's episode, I promise. We will be doing a deeper dive into this right here, the Grand Canyon Pyramid Complex, mega city, mega ancient lost city. And this right here, topographical map of the Grand Canyon Pyramid Complex area. This is another topographical map of the same area, and both show with a perfect alignment of not just Orion's belt, but the entire Orion star constellation, as well as the other major stars in the vicinity of the sky in that area. All of them are bang on points of each of the tops of these mountains, these mounds, these pyramids, and these different ancient built carved structures, but aligned perfectly. There's over 20 or 30 of them. The top of each of the pyramids, the monuments, is directly aligned with a star in the entire Orion constellation area. So if that isn't evidence of intelligently designed and built, constructed mega city, I don't know what is and what to tell you. So it's going to be an epic one. We'll probably dive a little bit into the Kincaid story of it, but this is Isis temple in there, and that mega entrance old cave there that has now been covered up. The government went in and built a wall of it, and it even has an ancient capstone still on this one right here. That's just a phenomenal topic, and we'll go further into Moscow and understanding what these old world city designs, how they're geoglyphs, how they're actually radial points, and the Ferram Foundation has deciphered them, because this is potentially huge for the Starfort community, Tartary community, alternate history research, just these old Star City layout designs. If they also are geoglyph architecture and have the same radials and endpoint mapping as, for instance, the Bosnian pyramids, and like right here's one of them, and the Yanaguni pyramid structure. We've gone over with it before. Medicine Hat Badland Guardians, and all the rest. It's also, oh, you guys can even see that while I was showing what I was talking about. All right, so now that I've removed that picture, yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. This geoglyph, the old city, old Moscow, the old Star City, that the roads, the angles, and the distances of them, Farham has plotted out and claimed the geoglyph same radial points, same mapping as his other geoglyphs from these other sites that we've gone over before. So that is just something else. What if every Star City, Citadel City, Old World City, if they all have that radial mapping, it would be something else if they plot out like this. And we'll also be discussing more Medicine Hat Badland Guardians and the YouTube meetup trip that we are going to do to this awesome place, the boots on the ground, and hopefully we'll be able to find some of these balls, Bernie's big balls, right? We got to get Bernie a big ball, or at least a picture with one. Supposedly these are in the same Medicine Hat Badlands, and this picture was taken there, the same area as these Badland Guardians. So there's this one, the dragon headdress, I'm forgetting the actual name of it, of course, and the main native warrior, and then on the opposite side there, what definitely looks like the Olmec face right here, and what could also be a Olmec face or a Easter Island style. And this guy in better definition on top of the warrior also looks like a Viking style or something along that, or maybe a troll, who knows. They're aged, they're older, but there's a potential of a whole bunch of them. This one right here, if you look right in the middle on the left side of the divide, what looks like a giant elongated skull and elongated nose, a Easter Island Moy guy, or what? I forget the name of the Easter Island ones, but or is it Moy, or this guy Moy, the New Zealand style big brow, also Hawaiian. Anywho, the ocean, South Pacific, Micronesia, Macronesia, that's what I'm trying to say. And this headdress dude, like, and who knows what else we'll find in there, because this is the whole valley. And if you see on the top left side, there's that long-nosed guy and the dragon headdress dude, but there's a whole bunch of other ones that possibly could be other faces, other sculptures in between where the Badland Guardians guys are at the bottom right. So that's going to be epic. We're at, oh geez, already 40 minutes, so I'm going to have to go pretty darn quick here. But before we go, let's do a quick Brucey bonus. Paul Cook will be coming on with me and Campbell here 2 weeks from now. But this Monday, we will be diving deeper into the Badland Guardians and all of that. Now, Brucey bonus time. I'm going to play a clip from my most recent Science of Sound 4.2 stream, but it's the clip of Kanye talking about the Solfeggios, and then Norbs from Norb's World channel going in depth with the Solfeggios and so much more to what they really are. And it's a key quote right here, I believe. Key quotes that I'm going to play for all of you before we go. If it ever decides to load, of course.
World, bringing some awareness to frequency manipulation. Solfeggios, and what this music thing really is. It's just sound and put in sequences in low, mids, and highs. Now, I'm not saying he's wrong. He's actually absolutely right. He's just a little misinformed on a technical level on what it means to have a dirty 808 out of pitch, like he's saying. First and foremost, the producer that made that 808 has a lot to do with it. I'm going to dive into one of my plugins that I developed a few years ago. This is a plugin for Kontakt, and I made 120 different bass tones, all starting with generated sine waves. Woo, 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 woo. Met at their median, brought down in pitch, and then a kick manipulated at the very beginning of it. So you get that boom, and the nice bass flutters through. So now when I sell this plugin and another producer buys it and starts playing with this bass, pitching it up, pitching it down, and bending it, they're already putting it through destructive editing, and it is no longer 432 or 440 or whatever the original producer put those sounds at. Now, in any DAW, you can change the pitch of the whole DAW and all the sounds it comes with. Then you'll also have to change the pitch of any plugins and third-party add-ons to match the current setup you have, which is also designed at 440. Most sound libraries, 440. Most sounds, most construction kits, 440, because the beat was done at 440, and then they just chopped out all the layers separately to give you the stems. Here's a clip that's from the beginning of my 432 and solfeggio frequency series. I think it displays what Kanye's trying to say very well, with very few words. Check it out. So, did you know your body, mind, and soul are under attack 24/7? By an invisible, beautifully designed cocktail to destroy your connection to your source. It aims to detach your Polarian or soul from itself and the Earth's natural 432 hertz.
All right. Sorry, everyone. I have to go. It was a pleasure. If I don't do a show, no, I'll probably be on the Wide Awake show on Sunday morning at the latest, but might do one tomorrow. Who knows how it goes. But until then, love you all, and we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are, whenever you see this, and may you be blessed. Yes, that was Norbs, 100%. Norbs Grill. I think his channel's down now, though, Seth. It's atrocious. Great work you did. One love, all.